That's it. And you know, by the looks of the weather, you're stuck here. So we've got a special program. We're glad to see all of our friends who were here last year when we put on the show. So without any further ado, we're going to get started. They heard that breeze in the trees, singing weird melodies, and they made that the start of the blues. And from a jail came the wail of a downhearted frail, and they played that as part of the blues. From the whippoorwill came from the hill, they built a new road, pushed it to a horn till it was born into a blue road. And then they nursed it, rehearsed it, and gave out the news that the Southland gave birth to the blues. From the whippoorwill over the hill, they built a new road, pushed it to a horn till it was born into a blue road. And then they nursed it, rehearsed it, and gave out the news that the Southland gave birth to the blues. That the Southland gave birth to the blues. But nothing could be finer than to be in Carolina in the morning. No one could be sweeter than my sweetie when I'm here in the morning. Where the morning glory is, twine around the door, whispering pretty stories out on the air once more. Strumming in my grave, and the dew is pretty early in the morning. Butterflies all flutter up and kiss each little buttercup at dawn. If I had a lion's laugh for only a day, I'd make a wish, and here's what I'd say. Nothing could be finer than to be in Carolina in the morning. Thank you, folks. Thank you. I'm glad y'all made it.
Can I sit down?
I'm glad y'all
I don't want to get in your picture.
Is it raining outside? Is it raining? But folks, look, you gotta make one thing. You gotta have rain. Well, if it weren't for rain, you wouldn't have beautiful flowers, would you? No, you would not. If it weren't for rain, you wouldn't have vegetables, would you? No, you would not. The rain brings everything out of the ground. I hope it don't continue. I've got a mother-in-law buried down there. It can rain. It can rain. It can rain and it can snow. But one thing I want to tell you.
What? What? That's her cue.
Let me sing a funny song with crazy words that roll along. And if my song can start you laughing, I'm happy, so happy. Let me croon a sad refrain of broken hearts in every day. And if my song can start you crying, I'm happy. Low down blues to lift you out of your seat.
He's quite a gardener.
Folks, today we're celebrating the most important holiday of the year.
Why would that?
Because the most important thing in life is love. Love for our family, love for our friends, neighbors, and of course our sweethearts. Excuse me. So we're going to start our program of love songs tonight with an old-time love song that I'm sure you've heard before. It happens to be my sweetheart's favorite, Avalon. For you today on this Valentine's Day. And I hope that everybody here can relate to it. Now, for example, you fellas, if you think back to what life was like before you met your sweetheart, gal of your dreams, well, you wondered how it would happen, and you wished it would happen. And so, sometimes pondered. If I only had a match, then my cares I'd soon forget. All I need would be a match. If I had a cigarette, and if I had a cigarette, I could watch the smoke curl. But I'd really be upset if I only had a girl. If I had someone like you to hurry to each night in a cozy bungalow, we know such sweet delight. We could raise a family and a little garden patch, and to think this all could be if I only had a match. Let's see. Folks, be kind to her, you know, she's still a rookie. So how about we do that one again? Well, she's in good company. But my voice teacher always cuts it off at that point too, but the song's not over. Let's start again. That's true, by the way. Keep your finger away from that contraption you got there. Let's try that again. If I only had a match, then my cares I'll soon forget. All I need would be a match. If I had a cigarette, and if I had a cigarette, I could watch the smokers curl, but I'd really feel sad if I only had a girl. If I had someone like you to hurry to each night, in a cozy wonderland, we know such sweet delights. We could raise a family and a little garden patch, and to think it's all if I only had a match. If I had someone like you to hurry to each night, in a cozy bungalow, we know such sweet delights. We can raise our family and a little garden patch, and to bring this all if I only had a match. Well, you know, to be fair to the kid, this is the first time we've ever done that song, live. So, she gets a pass. Well, get back to our story. We got sidetracked. Well, get back to our story. Fellas, then the day came, and ladies, it happened probably the same way to you too. When you went to, you fellas, when you went to some gathering or some party and you looked across the room and you saw the galley of dreams. And, well, you kind of felt like this. All the stars out tonight, I don't care if it's cloudy or bright, 'cause I only have eyes for you, dear. The moon may be high, but I can't see a thing in the sky, 'cause I only have eyes for you. I don't know if we're in a garden or on a crowded avenue. You are here, so maybe millions of people pass by, but they all disappear from you. And I only have eyes for you. Well, fellas, when you finally got up the courage to walk across the room and introduce yourself, and chatted a little bit, you got the courage up to ask her for a date. And she said yes. The stars are gonna twinkle and shine this evening by my quarter nine. My loving arms are gonna tenderly twine, twine around you about a quarter nine. I know I won't be late, call 8:30. I'm gonna leave there. I'll be waiting where the lane begins, waiting for you on needles and pins. And then the world is gonna be mine, my all mine. See there, about a quarter to nine. And so things started off wonderfully. But after a while, fellas, you started checking your wallets. And then reality set in.
No, I was talking to Ned.
I can't give you anything but love, baby. That's the only thing I play on, baby. Dream a while, scheme a while, you're sure to find happiness, and I guess all those things you've always pined for. Gee, I'd like to see you looking swell, baby. Diamond bracelets, always doesn't sell, my little baby. Till that lucky day, you know darn well, baby. I can't give you anything but love.
Yeah. No.
And then came that day when she didn't return your phone call. Or perhaps she gave you what they used to call a stand-up. And you wondered.
There's people over there.
I'm crying because I know you'll break my heart. I'm crying because we're drifting far apart. I'm crying for a little love that's true. I gave you. I want it. You used to want it too. I'm crying because you're acting mighty strange. I'm crying just to think how much you changed. I hate you, but I love you true. That's why I'm crying just for you. I'm crying because I know you break my heart. I'm crying because we're drifting far apart. I wanna hate you, but I love you true. That's why I'm crying just for you. Thank you. You know, eventually she came back. Then, fellas, you finally got up the courage to pop the question. And she said yes.
So when is the floor?
I'm happy, so happy, walking on air, the why and the wherefore is someone I care for. I'm yelling, I'm telling, folks everywhere, I know that she loves me. So what do I care? There's a rainbow around my shoulder, and a sky of blue above. Or the sun shines bright, the world's alright, 'cause I'm in love. There's a rainbow around my shoulder, and it fits me like a glove. Let it blow and storm, I'll be warm, 'cause I'm in love. Hallelujah, how the folks will stare when they see the big solitaire. Yeah, my little sugar, my baby is going nowhere. Yes, sir. There's a rainbow around my shoulder and a sky of blue above, and I'm shouting so the world will know that I'm in love. Thank you. And pretty soon after that, well, you took that walk down the aisle together.
She grabs the mouse.
The bells are ringing for me and my gal. The birds are singing for me and my gal. Everybody's been knowing to a wedding they're going, and for weeks they've been sewing. Every Susie and Sal, they're congregated for me and my gal. The parson's waiting for me and my gal. And sometime I'm going to build a little home for 2 or 3 or 4 or more in love land for me and my gal. The bells are ringing for me and my gal. The birds are singing for me and my gal. And sometime I'm going to build a little home for 2 or 3 or 4 or more in love land for me and my gal.
So she turns around. Meanwhile, she's adoring looking at her customer.
And you know, as the decades passed, excuse me, as the decades passed, well, you built your castles, you slew your dragons, and maybe you raised a couple of kids and saw them off into life. And when things finally settled down a little bit, and you had a little bit of time to get away on your own, there came that night when you looked into each other's eyes, looking out over the moon glistening off the surface of some distant ocean, and you realized who said that dreams don't come true? Who said that skies are blue? Who said that wishes we make are always in vain? Who said that love isn't all? Who said that stars never fall? Who said that roses don't bloom down lover's lane? Whoever said all those things must have been lonely. I pity the fool, what a shame. He probably must have been lonely, 'cause he never had a dream to his name. Who said that dreams don't come true? I'll cling to my point of view. I know for certain they do whenever I look at you. Thank you. Well, that concludes our love story. And, you know, I wanted to tell you a funny story. You know, when they asked me to come here this year, they said they fixed me up in the finest hotel right downtown, Dewey, and so they did. But I've got to tell you, Something happened to me at that hotel the other night. They didn't change the name of the city, did they? Something happened to me at that hotel the other night that in all my years of show business, I never believed it to be possible, really. One of the worst insults I ever had in my life. Well, I was getting ready to go to bed, and I went to bed kind of early because I wanted to, get a good night's sleep. Well, about midnight, there's a knock on the door, like that. I said, who is it? It's the bellboy, Mr. Jolson. I said, what do you want? He said, there's a package for you down at the front desk. I said, well, leave it there till the morning. And so I went back and I fell asleep, and pretty soon I was sleeping peacefully, dreaming the most peaceful slumber I ever had, and at 3 in the morning, again. I said, what is it now? He said, oh, Mr. Jolson, remember that package I told you about? Well, it's not for you. Has anybody here been to Hawaii? Anybody here been to Hawaii? Well, I went to Hawaii a couple of months ago, and the funny thing is that when my friends heard I was going to Hawaii, they all started calling me up. Bob Hope, Jack Benny, Bing Crosby, and they all said the same thing. They said, Al, when you get to Hawaii, you gotta try that food they got there. They call it poi, Hawaiian poi. You gotta try some of that poi. I said, what's it taste like? They said, never mind what it tastes like, just remember, you gotta have some of that poi. Well, I never heard of it before in my life. But all those hours on the flight over to Honolulu, all I could keep thinking about was, I gotta get me some of that damn poi. Well, we landed, and I went straight up to the fellow from the Royal Hawaiian Hotel who came out to meet us, and I said, listen, do you serve poi in the hotel restaurant? He said, I'm sorry, sir, but the hotel restaurant is closed. But if you want poi, you can go any place at all, they'll give you all the poi you want. So I walked across the street into this greasy little joint, a little old Italian fellow behind the counter, and I said, listen, if you got any poi? He said, sure, kid, we got poi. What kind you want? Apple or strawberry? Yes, sir, people are daffy. And then, speaking of which, I'll tell you another story about my father. My father. 2 weeks ago was my father's birthday. And I decided I would get him an overcoat. Only I know my father. I found a perfect overcoat, costs for $150. But I know my father. If he knows the coat costs $150, he'll never wear it. So after I paid for it, I had the clerk mark the price tag down to read $15. Well, I sent the coat to my father with a note, write back and tell me how you like it. Get this. I get a wire from my father yesterday reading, sold the coat to Uncle Bo for $25, made $10 profit, sent 20 more coats. And another thing. Just before I came out here, a couple of days ago, I'm sitting down to dinner when the doorbell rings. And so I go up to the front door, it's my next door neighbor. And I said, hi, Jim, can I help you? He said, Al, this is kind of awkward, but I have to warn you, you really need to put your shades down over your windows at night. I said, why? He said, well, I was walking home past your house last night, and right there through the front window, I could see you sitting in your living room on the couch, and you had your wife on your lap, and you were hugging and kissing her. So I told him, Joe, you're crazy. I wasn't home last night. Okay. Well, I've already kind of done this, but I'm going to do it again. With your fellows' permission, gentlemen who are here, there are so many lovely ladies in the audience that I would like to go out into the audience and sing, if I can, to each and every one of them personally. So I hope you fellas will allow me to do that, especially since I already got away with it. Go ahead, Everybody loves a baby, that's why I'm in love with you. Pretty baby. And I'd like to be your sister, brother, dad, and mother too. Pretty baby. Won't you come and let me rock you in my cradle of love and love all the time? Oh, I wanna love it, baby, and might as well be you. Pretty baby of mine, pretty baby of mine.
Watch out.
Baby face, you got to give us a little baby face. So that's not another didn't need a shove, because I just fell in love with your pretty old you baby face. Baby face. Oh, you such a baby face. There's not another one could take your place. Baby face. My poor heart is jumping. We sure have started some more baby face. I'm up in heaven where I'm in your fine race. The stars and moon above know that I'm in love with your pretty on your baby face. Oh, baby face. Oh, you got the cutest little baby face. There's not another one to take your place. Oh, please, baby face. My poor heart is jumping. You sure started some more baby face. I'm up in heaven where I'm in your fine race. You're like a breath of spring when Joey sings. How about your baby face? Thank you. This is a good time while I catch my breath. All right. Well, folks, since this is Valentine's Day, and folks give each other presents, we brought something that we'd like to give each and every one of you here. It's up to each table to decide how to divvy these up. But this is our way of saying Happy Valentine's Day. Now, fellas, you know, be polite. Be polite. Let the ladies go first. Ladies first. I hope there's some chocoholics out here. And last but certainly not least. There we go. You got one?
I don't want to.
That's going to be a lot more. I'm going to want some more later.
Howie keeps this right there.
This is Kit Kat, crisp wafer and cream.
Kit Kat.
Joe,
Kiss us and milk.
Maggie says she wants.
maybe that's dark
Don't have any cat.
We got a cat who takes care of that. That's what
Yeah. I get my cat.
Now, folks, don't get too involved in those candies. I'm going to ask you for some help in a minute. Being Valentine's Day, we would like to invite all the couples out here to come up here and join us and for a little dance. Now, folks, don't worry. We're talking about a couple of old, slow waltz tunes. You know, anybody can shuffle their feet to, and you'll know. So that's what we'd like to do. So come on, folks, don't be bashful. And fellas, if you came here with a gal, well, why don't you bring her up here and have a little spin around the dance floor on us. Anybody else? Well, you can go with singles too. We're not particular. We won't judge you.
Quit being shy.
Oh, wait a minute. Oh, wait. Anybody else? Okay. So they do 3 songs. You gotta know them. The first 2 are waltzes, so they're nice and slow. So just get up in a position. And you'll notice that these songs are also in keeping with the theme of the day. Say Valentine's Day. All right? You see the anniversary song, if you please. How we danced all night. night we were wed, we found out love, though a word wasn't said, the word wasn't blue. There were stars in the skies, and sad for the few that were there in your eyes. Even as I held you close in my arms, angels were singing a hymn to your charms, to hearts gently beating, bubbling low. Darling, I love you so. The night seemed to fade into the lost dawn. The sun shone anew, for the dance lingered on. Could we but recall that sweet moment sublime, we find that our love is unaltered by time. Thank you. I don't go anywhere. You'll know this one too. Heaven, I'm in heaven, and my heart beats so that I can hardly speak, and I seem to find the happiness I see when we're out together dancing cheek to cheek. Heaven, I'm in heaven, and the cares that hang around me through the week seem to vanish like a gambler's lucky streak when we're out together dancing cheek to cheek. Oh, I'd love to climb a mountain and to reach the highest peak, but it wouldn't thrill me half as much as dancing cheek to cheek. Oh, I'd love to go out fishing in a river or a creek, but I won't enjoy it half as much as dancing cheek to cheek. Dance with me, I want my arms around you, the charms around you will carry me through to heaven. I'm in heaven, and the cares that hang around me through the week seem to vanish like a gambler's lucky streak when we're out together dancing cheek to cheek. Heaven, I'm in heaven, and my heart beats so that I can hardly speak, and I seem to find the happiness I see when we're out together dancing cheek to cheek. Oh, we got one more. There's one more. I can give you a dance to this one. Kind of an old-fashioned song. Here it goes. Rosie, you are my posy. You are my heart's bouquet. Come out here in the moonlight. There's something Almost every night you'll hear me call her name. Professor, I'm singing my honey, Rosie. You are my posy. You are my heart's bouquet. Come out here in the moonlight. There's something sweet love. A little singer of a baby. Your honey, your boy is waiting. Your ruby, your lips to read. Don't be so aggravated. My blushing Rosie, my posy sweet. Thank you, folks. Thank you. Thank you, folks. Thank you for participating.
Yeah, we did too. Go ahead.
Well, I noticed there's a few veterans in the audience.
Yeah.
And you know, I noticed there's a few veterans in the audience, and you know, nobody knows better about how valuable prayer is than the fellows who are out in the front lines. Isn't that right? Like, just about a month ago, a fellow who works for me came up to me and said, Mr. Jolson, I'm not much for church, but I need to talk to somebody. You see, I've done a bad thing. I said, what'd you do? He said, well, I don't know what got into me, but I went out the other night and I stole 6 dozen eggs. I said, what'd you do with the eggs? He said, I put them under the front porch of my house. What should I do? I said, well, go over there, pray for 4 hours, and the Lord will help you. So while he's praying, I called another fellow over and I said, listen, go get these eggs and cook them up for tomorrow night's benefit at the USO. Well, a couple of weeks later, this same fellow comes back to me again, and he said, Mr. Jolson, I've done another bad thing. I said, what'd you do? He said, well, I went out and I got stuck on a married woman. Oh, we go out all the time, we have fun, and she's beautiful. Why, her hair is like spun gold. Her eyes are like sapphires, her lips are like rubies. I said, where does she live? He says, to hell with you. I told you where the eggs were. And you know, it reminds me of when I toured army camps performing to the boys during the war. And we went down to Georgia one time, to Camp Upton to be exact. And I took along with me 10 of the most gorgeous Broadway showgirls for the Broadway hit show, Best Foot Forward. Well, we got to the camp, and the CO, you know, that's a commanding officer, he came out to meet us. He took one look at the girls and he said, now listen, I can't let you bring these girls out post. I said, why not? He said, after all, now look, we got thousands of boys here. There's no telling what's liable to happen if I turn these 10 gorgeous creatures loose like these fellas. Well, I put my arm around his shoulder. I said, Colonel, look, you got us all wrong. See? These are high-class girls. Many of them have a fine background. Why, these girls are the intellectual type. With these girls, everything is in the mind. Everything is in the mind. He said, Al, I don't care where it is. These guys will get to it. So, keeping in spirits with Valentine's Day, we've got a couple of more songs in that vein before we finish up. And you'll know these. You made me love you. I didn't want to do it. I didn't want to do it. You made me want to. And all the time you knew it. I guess you always knew it. You made me happy sometimes. Oh, you made me glad. But there were times, baby, you made me feel so bad. You made me cry for. I didn't want to tell you. I didn't want to tell you. I want some love, that's true. Yes, I do, indeed I do. You know I do. Give me bet you always do it. You make me happy sometimes. Oh, you make me glad. But there are times, baby. Oh, you dog. You made me cry for. I didn't want to tell you. I didn't want to tell you. I want some love. That's true. Yes, I do. Indeed, I do. You know I do. Give me what I cry for. You know you got the kind of kisses that I die for. You know you make me love you. All right, hit it. You look good to me, goody good to me. It's so good to be with you. And even though we hardly know each other, I'd love to introduce you to my mother. Sweetheart number one, it would be such fun keeping steady company. I only wish I knew if I look kind of good to you, 'cause baby, you look good to me. You look good to me, like this liberty when I've been away from home. Your fingertips, your moving lips invite me. Your eyes divide what makes them shine so brightly, oh baby. You look goody good. Wish I understood if your heart is really free. I swear I'd be your slave, so good I'd never misbehave, 'cause baby, you look mighty good to me. You look pretty good. Wish I understood if your heart is really free. I swear I'd be your slave, so good I'd never misbehave, 'cause baby, you look good to me. Thank you, Lord. Well, all good things must come to an end, so we've got a few songs to hopefully put everybody in a happy mood. And this next song is, well, it kind of describes the way I feel tonight being here with you. I'm sitting on top of the world. I'm rolling along, just rolling along. And I'm quitting the blues of the world. I'm singing a song, just singing a song. Glory, hallelujah, I just told the parson, if I get ready to call, just like Humpty Dumpty, I'm going to fall. And I'm sitting on top of the world, just rolling along, rolling along. Don't want any millions, I'm getting my share. I've only got one suit, just one, that's all I can wear. A bundle of money, don't make me feel gay. A sweet little honey is making me say that I'm sitting on top of the world, just rolling along, rolling along, yeah. And I'm quitting the blues of the world. I'm singing a song, just singing a song. sitting on top of the world, way up high, rolling along, rolling along. Thank you. All righty, well, you'll recognize this song because, Bob Hope kind of made it his own, but I'm going to sing it too. Thanks for the memory of rainy afternoons, swingy Holland tunes, of motor trips and burning lips and burning toast and fumes. How lovely it was. Thanks for the memory of candlelight and wine, castles on the Rhine, your cozy chair and parties where we sang Sweet Adeline. How lovely it was. Many's the time that we feasted, and many's the time that we fasted. Well, it was swell while it lasted. We did have fun and no harm done. And thanks for the memory of sunburns on the shore, nights in Singapore. You might have been a headache, but you never were a bore. Oh, thank you so much. Thanks for the memory of sentimental verse, nothing in my purse, and chuckles when a preacher said, for better or for worse. How lovely it was. We said goodbye with a highball, then I got as high as a steeple. But we were intelligent people. No tears, no fuss. Hooray for us. And thanks for the memory. And strictly afternoon. Darling, how are you? And how are all the little dreams that never did come true? Oh, awfully glad I met you, cheerio and toodaloo. And thank you so much. Thank you. Now, folks, we have one more song that you all know, but I don't think you've heard this arrangement. And the reason we're going to do it this way is because we hope that it gets your feet tapping on your way out the door tonight. So, Missy, April Showers, if you please.
April showers. Look outside.
Kind of appropriate today, isn't it? Though April showers may come your way, they bring the flowers that blew in May. So if it's raining, have no regrets, because it isn't raining, no. It's raining violets, and when you see clouds upon the hills, you soon will see crowds of daffodils. So keep on looking for a bluebird and listening for its song whenever April showers come along. Oh, April showers may come your way, they bring the flowers that bloom in May. So it is raining, have no regrets, because it isn't raining, no, it's raining violets. And where you see clouds upon the hill, Thank you, folks.